If you don't have a playroom and want to redesign your little one's bedroom with all of the elements of play, learning, fun, and sleep built into one, this is the video for you. I'm going to take you through this dreamy little girl's bedroom to show you all of the educational elements and how you can implement them in your home. Creating a space that your child wants to sleep in, or wants to play in, or just wants to be in. Let me tell you what makes the difference. The difference is you need to allow your child to have enough space. So whether you have a bedroom that you would like solely to be a bedroom, or you would like to have a bedroom that's also used as a playroom if you don't have two different spaces, it doesn't matter whichever you wish it to be. But what you need to do is really think about how the space is going to be used. Maybe you don't have a lot of storage in the rest of the house, but could you move some of the toys and clothes that you don't use to one wardrobe in your spare bedroom or somewhere that you don't use, and then use half your wardrobe for toys? Don't underestimate the value of open space. What we did in this bedroom was we used half of this little girl's wardrobe to store toys, so that when she wants to bring something out, she has the space open and available to her to play, enjoy, focus, and concentrate on one thing at a time, bringing back that toy rotation system. Why is toy rotation such a buzzword? I'm going to tell you, because it's been around for years and years. And the reason, the whole purpose of a toy rotation is to make sure that your brain can focus on one thing at a time. If you take your brain, no matter how old you are, whether you're younger or whether you're older, to a space that's completely overcluttered, you're overstimulated, you can't see the wood for the trees, you have no idea what's going on, there's no way you're going to get good learning, good playing, good concentration in a space like that. So if you want a bedroom to be calm, a bedroom to have space for playing, any space you're doing learning in has to feel like you want to be there. What could you do today that would make a difference? Number one, declutter the room by 50%. Take out anything that you don't need. Any extra toys, clothes, any loveys, stuffed toys, that extra piece of furniture that you have put in that room that you kind of don't know what to do with, just take it out the room. Number two, stand in the space on your knees. Look through a child's lens. What can you actually see? Is there so much clutter on your level, or is there clutter on your child's level? What do you think they feel when they walk into a space? And number three, think of what they love. Yes, maybe they love Lego Ninjago and superheroes and lots of fighting and swords. But is that going to help them sleep at night? No. So maybe you could create a calm book corner with some Lego books in it. You could create a beautiful little calm Lego table that they can sit, relax, and concentrate on. Take their love, take their interests, and then bring it to a calm and considered space. Welcome to our Wonder Tower. This is our favorite part of this dreamy girl's bedroom, and I wanted to explain the educational philosophy and reasoning to why we designed it. With any role play space, what you're wanting is you're wanting children to use their imagination and their creativity. And you're wanting to make sure that you give them an open plan so that their imagination can take them anywhere they wish for it to go. If you design or create something that is one-dimensional, so if you design or create something that's got one focus, it's got one purpose, for example, you've heard of open-ended toys versus single-use toys, something that lights up, presses a button, and that's all it does. It's a single use, it can't do anything. A set of wooden blocks can be anything. If you gave that set of wooden blocks to 5 different children, they would create 5 different things. And that's what we wanted to do here. So we made what we have called the Wonder Tower, because this little girl loves unicorns, fairies, sparkle, magic. That's very much something that she is into at the moment. And we wanted to acknowledge her love and her interests, and also highlight how she could play even further with her current love. But what we also wanted to do was make sure that when this phase maybe transitioned into something else, she had room and space for her creativity and her imagination to grow. So as you can see underneath, we've got open bookshelves, we've got spaces for costumes and other role play elements that she can dive into, but it doesn't have to be princesses and unicorns. You can see here, we've got space. This could easily turn into a rocket zooming off to planet Zog or Mars or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be a single-use function. This could be a hospital. It could be a vet's. It could be anything the children want it to be. And when you design something in a space that's fixed and permanent, you want it to work for you so that it can keep giving and keep the children learning and just keep being used and loved for as long as humanly possible. So why do we always say young children need to do role play? Children need to use creativity and imagination. Why are role play stations in every nursery school and every early years primary school setting? The reason being is children have to develop language skills from a young age to help them with what the school curriculum is demanding of them when they are older. If you as an adult cannot say something, you are never going to be able to write it or read it. It's impossible. So where does all that language start? It starts from the early years. So that then when they go up further up in the school and they're doing tests, exams, sitting papers, and they get a passage and asked questions about it, they understand the difference between a forest and a wood, or they understand the difference between countries and cities. They've got all these pictures and images and language and context to their language from a young age. I promise, as a teacher, you can tell children who have played, read books, experienced different things in life, understood pictures and images of the story of a knight fighting in a battle, and then you get into history when you're in secondary school and you've got all these pictures and images in your head. It all comes from early years, from practicing, from role play. That's where it starts. So the more you can give your child a variety of language experiences from a young age, I promise the easier learning and school is going to be when they're older. My absolute staple for a bedroom is an inviting reading corner. It should be prioritized as much as a beautifully comfortable bed. You've got to make sure that stories are open, they're inviting, they're part of your daily rhythm and routine. You don't need to just come to a beautiful, inviting reading nook just before bedtime when you're really tired. Come home straight after school. Enjoy stories all day. Grab a story, bring it to the breakfast table. It doesn't just need to be associated with bedtime, but what it needs to be is a sanctuary and a wonderful hideaway for your child to dive into the world of imagination and stories and make sure that reading is a pleasure and not a chore. How do you bring your child up to the next reading level? I have 3 top teacher tips to tell you. Number 1, your child needs to be able to read 90% of the book by themselves. But if they are struggling with this and you're wanting to push them on and challenge them a little bit, here are my 3 top teacher tips that I use. The first thing is I read the page 3 times, every page. So that you need to make sure, number 1, can they understand and do they know how to decode all the words on the page? Are they still sounding out certain words? You need to make sure they can read all the words on the page. Number 2, they need to read with expression. They need to read the punctuation. If there's a question, lift your voice up at the end. If there's an exclamation mark, something big has happened. If there's speech marks, someone's talking. Read with expression of how the English language sounds. And then number 3, reread the page for fluency. No robot voices, no talking like this and then the cat said. This is not going to help the comprehension in their brain because English is a rhythmic language. It's like music. When you hear a song on the radio, you know what song it is by the first 4-8 bars of the track. It's exactly the same when you're reading English. You've got to understand the music and rhythm of the language to be able to develop comprehension from it. So slow down. You don't need to finish the whole book. You can get more understanding and more knowledge development from one page than you can just forcing your child to read everything and not understanding anything. You've got to work on comprehension. As soon as they understand the funny parts, the characters, they've got all those beautiful pictures in their head, then they're going to fall in love with language. They're going to know what they're reading about. They're going to be interested in the story, and they're going to want to read even more. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow along for more educational design tips.